Wait, we don't have music. Oh, gotta fix that. There we go. Now let's quickly get this thing sent out. There we go. Let's see. Hey, James. Good to see you in the chat. Howdy, Xavier. Happy to see you as well. 3 days in a row, I know. But I keep adding stuff to this this Crucible's End analysis, so... Man, popcorn is good, chat. Thank God that we invented popcorn. I just thought of something. You know how there's some contentions with Rykard's hair color? Yeah, sure, I'm familiar. This. Well, so yeah, I discussed that apparently red hair doesn't go gray when it gets old. It can go blonde or white. Oh! Is that so? I see. Yeah, I'm not sure where I land on that. Like, my gut tells me red. Because I feel like the only evidence that he doesn't have red hair has been like a portrait, which is very obviously stylized in its coloration. So I'm like, not sure that really implies anything. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a ginger. I have a soul. I feel like the vessel is here somewhere, but it's not visible because I'm too far away. See if I'm right. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm right. Of course I am. Well, this is a good shot to get it from anyway, so... Nice try. Let's get from over here. Yeah, my gut is supposed to be red, but you never really know with these games. Yeah, it's always good to play it safe and look at the other possibilities, even if they are patently absurd, right? At least be open to examining them. So I think that's completely fair. I'm happy with that mode of inquiry. I think it's great, personally. Am I crazy, chat? Where the hell is this thing? It's over here, maybe? Well, that's not helpful. There we go. Ah! Well, it wouldn't be a Loki stream. I guess he has, like, strawberry blonde hair. Again, I would say he probably has true red like the others. I just don't see why he would be different, honestly. Especially when he uses the same symbols with, like, Radahn, with using, like, red plumage and stuff. I guess the biggest argument would be that he uses feathers instead of, you know, quote-unquote hair. I'm not sure if that's a really strong argument, though, to be honest. God, popcorn is so good. Am I crazy, chat? I could have swore there was a vessel here. Am I nuts? Was there not a vessel with a, Like, I feel like I'm being gaslit right now. I could have swore there was a vessel here. Oh, it's down there. That's why. Okay. It's not the big one, it's the small ones. Okay. Okay, yeah. Probably want to go for... Yeah, there we go. Something like this. Then we do this. He's just built different, yeah. His lights have red plumage with a streak of gray, and the portrait with the mask has red claw. Oh, does it have a streak of gray? That I was not familiar with. That's actually cool to look into then. I was just aware that it looked like it was pure red, but maybe I wasn't looking close enough. Hey, Noel Bray, good to see you. How are you doing in the chat? And the portrait with the mask has a red cloth over his head, sort of mimicking hair. I see, so at least the people who had that theory have found some other things to support it. That's cool to know. Yeah. Alright, so now that we have a more broader understanding of where these things could come from. By the way, I like the added water pool here. Like, that's just a nice little, you know, attention to detail they did. Yeah, I'm good. Great to hear. Wonderful. Alright, so that covers the one here. There's no other ones in Weeping Peninsula, right? Maybe there's one by the actual Erd Tree I'm not remembering. Let's see. Again, god damn it, chat. This popcorn. I'm not sure if it's as good as, like, the Pop Secret butter brand that I like. I'm not gonna lie. Making it myself ain't half bad. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Nope. Okay, so this is all consistent. Faith, not Crystal Tier, the sorcery plants here. I keep forgetting, this is called a type of Chinese grass or something, right, guys? Like, my memory is so shit. Whatever, let's move on. Where else do we find these vessels? I know we find one on Storm Hill. Popcorn is awesome indeed. It is a great food. Fun fact, there are decorations at Elf Isle that's full of stagnant water. Ooh. Now, I'm trying to remember, chat, where exactly that troll is. It should be near the graveyard, I think. So somewhere around here. Yeah, I think I hear him. Yeah, there he is. So here he is. Oh, they do the water pool thing. Is that at all of them? Interesting. I'll have to check now. I also don't remember if, yeah, the Clow identified the grass as Chinese silvergrass. Chinese silvergrass. Honestly, the silver part is honestly not surprising, but I'll have to look up to see what the Japanese terminology for that is. See if it's consistent at all. Loki, do you think that big tree at Gunder's Arena is just a random tree that drifted to there? Big tree that randomly drifted to there. I don't know. You could say it's just a natural tree. I mean, trees grow sometimes in odd ways. So I think you could totally think of that as totally natural. But you have to keep in mind that the coffin it's growing over is obviously supposed to be Gundir's in the early parts of the game, and we can see it in the opening cinematic. Sorry, not Gundyr. Yorm's, back when Yorm was the Berserker Halleck, and was supposed to be like your tutorial Lord of Cinder boss instead of Gundyr. But in the final game, you know, that kind of all got thrown out the window. So I'm not sure if we're supposed to really pay attention to that coffin as anything, really. So, like, I would say I think it's completely natural and that entire thing is just, you know, really pretty set dressing. No. Yeah, nothing here. If you guys remember any other vessels and where we can find them and stuff, feel free to bring it up to me. Otherwise, I'm gonna just start getting shots of, like, random places that I can think of. Well, the coffin is empty. Yeah, sure. That's fair, but, again, I think in the context of development, I wouldn't put too much weight to that. There we go. Oh, let's go. I was reading up on Nar Alma the other day. I was curious, since the Covenant Ring's effect comes from the owner's own zeal and not the god, just how strong is faith in Dark Souls lore? Faith is as strong as curses, if I had to describe their potential. Because they both come from the same source. In fact, in that many curses originate not from a formal magic spell or art, but from the heart, the will, the soul. Right? Which is why they can afflict souls as much as anything. So, generally speaking, you should think of faith as sort of an expression of conviction from the heart, regardless of the logical, you know, factual reality and understanding of the subject matter, which allows you to bring that power to fruition through your own spirit. Right. Sort of showcasing, yeah, even here they use water, wow. So I guess it's not, I guess I gotta take back the W I was given, Also, I always love it when you find objects and realize that they're not actually, like, on the ground, it's just an optical illusion because your character has such a big height and stuff. I do always find that funny. So, like, here I am, trying to make this look natural. Now, I have to do this with another character because we have Burning Tree here, and I really don't want Burning Tree here, but... Okay, yeah. We'll come back here once I'm with my other character. Apparently, Cloud said it has some cultural relation to water, as Shinto temples would be purified with them if they didn't have access to water. Oh, that's cool, so I can look into the Shinto connection. That actually makes things a lot easier for me and stuff. We'll see how that ties into sorcery, then. Really cool. Thanks for sharing that, Xavier. Glad that Cloud's doing such good work. What character should we do this on? Let's do it on Shishinki. Interesting. Thanks for clarification. Yeah, no problem. I do go over Faith in my book, Abyssal Archive, so... Again, if you want, you can always purchase the digital version and have a full read on my thoughts when it comes to miracles versus sorcery and pyromancy. Yeah, this'll do. There we go. And guys, sorry for my chewing with this popcorn. I had to do it. I just wanted to snack on some good old tasty buttery popcorn. Ah, come on! Come on! That was in! That was in! You see the roots of that tree, I think, overlapping or going through some of the architecture of the arena. Perhaps it's the tree roots. Maybe. That's possible. So you think it could still be Yorms? I don't think that works with the timeline, though. And again, you'd have to come up with some magical instance to explain it then. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly think it's a fragment of cut content. I don't think it has any major significance in the final game. Oh, we can actually come here. That's cool. There's our Windy Crystal Tier, which makes sense in the context of Redmane Castle's connection to the Banished Knights. I mean, yeah, technically it's also between the Cathedral of Dragon Communion and Redmane. I didn't think about that. I was looking at Celia. Yeah, I think this works best. I don't know, what do you think, chat? I'm not sure, chat. Let's see. Yeah, maybe something like this will work fine. There you go, something like this. There we go. I think that'll work. Also, curious how it would fit with the timeline. Because there's not that much time passing between the Lords of Cinder waking up and the Ashen ones and stuff waking up. Because a lot of the events that are happening, like, say, in Lothric, are happening in relatively short succession. We're talking the scale of weeks, if you want to be generous, maybe a month or two. So I don't think that's enough time for an entire tree to be growing over the coffin. There's the 2 bulls in Liurnian, the one in the mountaintops of the giants. Okay, good to know. Actually, now that I'm looking at it in map day, it seems like you roof from accumulating dirt on top of this coffin. Oh, there's dirt on the coffin. That's cool. Also, hello, Broken Glasses Gaming. Hey, Loki. Huge fan of your work here. And with the Abyssal Archive, you should be proud. Glad to actually catch you live. Oh, awesome. Thanks. I'm glad you like my, my work. All right. Now that I've had another bite of popcorn, I realize I think I'm done with this place. I'm going to keep to this character, actually, because I feel like I might want more of these, shots with the Erd tree in the background, so yeah, we'll go here. Yeah, I'm glad you guys have been enjoying Abyssal Archive. I am certainly very proud of it. I'm very proud of what I was able to deliver to fans. I'm glad that fans are receptive to my work. You know, I was confident that we would be able to sell, because I think what we provided certainly had the value for people, so I never lacked confidence when it came to the actual product I was giving. But I was concerned what the general reaction would be from the fan base. And there's a little bit of that. There were people who I do vaguely recall I was being told early on that there was some murmurings about, like, oh, why are you coming out with this? I mean, like, why is someone just trying to sell their opinion and stuff? And that's what I was expecting. I think that's fair enough, right? But I think once the product actually got out and people actually got a chance to look at it, I think that very quickly, ooh, oh, I didn't know these were here. We want to get shots of that. Anyway, I think people very quickly changed their tune. But I think word of mouth kind of just spread and people realized, hey, you know what? This is actually serious. This isn't like a grift or anything. As much as I like to joke, it is. I caught the bottom of your last stream. Are you researching for a site article or video? This is for Crucible's End. So it will be one of my next, it's my next thesis on Elden Ring that I'm working on right now. Now that I've been, you know, dragged back into the Elden Ring grind. I think that's too, yeah. I think that's fair. Yeah, something like this. We lock this in place. We'll do so with the... Oh, we already have higher LOD. That's great. We will do it with this guy, but we'll move on for this moment. Maybe. No, I think he's too much to the left now. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, that one works. Okay. Very good, chat. Very, very good. I might include this, actually, in the galleries for this now. Yeah, Dark Souls 2 Abyssal Archive when? Abyssal Archive 2 would happen, but I need to get back to DS2, and unfortunately those plans have been derailed by Elden Ring. It has consumed all my attention right now. But yeah, you guys have been asking for stuff on Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, etc. And I need to finish my analysis. I want to at least have Ilium Lois posted on the website before I start working and talking to the publisher about compiling a manuscript for Abyssal Archive 2. But believe me, we know there's a demand for it. You guys have been quite enthusiastic about that, and I appreciate it. Hooky never got the chance to leave it. That's very much true. It's like, I can finally, slowly but surely, work through Ring City and everything, and I'll have that posted, and then I can work back on Ariandel, which has been half completed for, like, what, 8 months now? But nope! Been dragged back into ER. There's another bowl above the Dying Ulfrey and Ultra surrounded by black flowers. Yeah, I know about that one, so gonna have to go grab that one eventually. Dread it, run from it, Elden Ring arrives all the same. Seriously. For all this time, I took that DLC to be announced. I kind of wish it stayed a myth for a little longer. Especially since it wasn't going to release until, like, what, summer? The guys couldn't wait until, like, a month before it actually came out. We're going to have to start the hype train this early. That felt good. Alright, stay hydrated. Just in time for the rain to ruin everything, chat. I swear, Liurnia weather. We need a bunch of updates to DS2 stuff. I placed the missing data. Yeah, I need to look through all the missing data you've sent me, Nobre, see how much of it is relevant to my analysis, how much I want to include, how much it might affect stuff that's already on there. And that was on top of, like, a list of stuff I already have on the updates thing. Like, I want to expand on my Alkin and Ven stuff, because I've gotten some very specific questions about that I want to clarify. Like, there's just... Oh, my goodness. There's so much work still to do for Dark Souls, chat. And it truly is my passion. But Elden Ring's got this nagging sensation and grabbed me by the balls, so... We gotta live with it. I don't want to lose my scrotum. It's not here. Where else would I find these? The Elden Ring subreddit was pure gold that night after the Game Awards. The memes were classic. Oh my god. Oh my god. The award show. Like, it's funny too, because I got what I wanted, which was the HSR best game reveal and stuff, which ironically gave me a free Dr. Ratio, so it was even more important than I thought it was, because I usually hate these game awards. I think they're stupid. I watch them normally. So when I heard about the HSR announcement trailer, and what was the other... There was one other thing that I was really excited... Oh yeah, Persona 3 Reload, I think, was there too, or whatever. That got me excited. But then, Elden Ring, like, all the Elden Ring coping, God, that was hilarious to watch live. I had to shitpost during it. It was just too funny to me. God, the last Game Awards upset me. Oh. Listen, chat. Word to the wise. Always make sure that you have zero expectations for anything. Then you can never be disappointed, and you'll always have a childlike excitement to what you do get. I want a Persona 1 and 2 remake. It ain't ever happening. I'm gonna say that right now. That's just not gonna happen. So hyped for Bill Clinton to be the second final boss of the DLC. Oh my god, the Bill Clinton thing. God, thank God that was just a harmless stunt. Could have been so much worse. Especially considering it was with Miyazaki on stage. Like, God, imagine if we lost him too early. I forget where this thing is in Liurnia. Pretty sure I slept through the Game Awards show last year. See, that's the smart thing to do, James. It's always to sleep through these stupid event shows, and then when you wake up, you can just read the news article summarizing them. Save you all the time in the world. Because let's be honest, chat. 90% of the stuff you see at these Game Awards show and stuff are things you don't actually care about. Most of the games, and this is true for all those things where they do like the Nintendo Direct or the Microsoft or what, it's most of the time you watching a bunch of crap games that probably aren't going to sell well. They're going to be giant flops anyway. No, not even worth bothering to witness. You're just there for that one trailer, for that one game that you want to see ASAP. You don't want to miss a single moment of it. But honestly, you actually can. Nothing special here. I watched the whole show on my tablet at work, and I was genuinely shocked they didn't say anything. And then when they did, it was 4 days before the second anniversary. I love From so much for that. Yeah, From Software just does their own thing. It's like, don't even like bother trying to like find like rhyme or reason to it. They're just gonna like do whatever they think is necessary at the time. It's very clear that whoever handles the marketing is not there tapped into the fans' hype. Yeah, always there for the Bloodborne remastered announcement. Yeah, you gotta keep on watching, like, every second. You never know, chat. This is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the BB announcement. For sure. It's gonna happen. Promise. Trust the plan. I think if someone hurt Miyazaki, there'd actually be a manhunt, like, unironically. I actually agree. I feel like 4chan would be on that shit, like, ASAP. They would find, like, the address of the guy within, like, 2 minutes. Oh, yes, do you still think that Vendrick was the ruler of the country the Imperial Knights of Orma and Reeve? Was considered that theory of mine, and it fits quite well, not gonna lie. No, I remember finding a few problems with it that I didn't like. One of it was that there was actually some generic use for, like, the guys with the crowns and stuff that you had highlighted to me at some point. So I'm like, ooh, that kind of separates the idea of it having to do with the Imperial Knights and Vendrick specifically. I think it was when you I think it was you, at least, Norbreak, who pointed out that you can find the crown boy in the same arena as the undead executioner stuff. And I'm like, okay. That sort of hurts the idea of, like, this king connection that you can go with. Because now we have, like, multiple of them, and it's using a copy-paste crown asset that they probably had created for the base game specifically, right? This is before the DLCs. Like, there was a lot of problems with it. So I'm not sure if I buy it. But I'll re-examine the entire theory in full, Nobre, once I look back at the stuff for DS2. Because, hey, there may be something there, even if it's not exactly the theory you had come up with. I'm that way the Nintendo Directs and Metroid Prime games. Yeah, no, yeah, Xavier. If I've learned one thing about you, I can say that you are Metroid's biggest fan. It makes sense. You'd be sucked back into ER now anyway. You're not gonna sell a DS2 book on June 21st. Am I right? LOL. I mean, it wouldn't come out like even if I had a manuscript to give to the publisher, it wouldn't be like posted for pre-order until like a year from now, and it takes right now with the way that the publisher's logistics schedule goes and all that, like it would take another year probably for that thing to be delivered. Like I'm still waiting on my copy of Demonic Archive and my softcover copy of Abyssal Archive to check out, right? Which, by the way, that softcover copy of Abyssal Archive looks so good, chat. Like, you don't understand. I had no involvement in that. That was something, like, I didn't even know the publisher was really making it until really late into the production on the pipeline. So, like, I was so impressed when I saw it. I was like, god damn. Like, Toon and Fairweather, they just really have some talented artists there. They really have a sense for aesthetics. God, making quality books are slow. Yep, that's what happened. I mean, I didn't want to, you know, skimp out on quality for you guys, chat. So again, I'm always sorry that the small publisher doesn't make it like, you know, has like a 6-month time frame for when we can like announce the book and have it out to you. But I honestly think this is for the best, especially with how crazy, you know, the economy is and stuff. That publishing these kinds of luxury goods for you, I want to make sure they're worth the price that you get for them. That those are things you can have on your shelf, you can be proud to have them on your shelf, and they're going to be enjoyable to have on your shelf for times immemorial. Hey, Nardi, good to see a lot of new people in chat tonight. I suppose so. More so just commenting on the importance of reading the room and seeing what's topical at the moment. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but like, just like, talked about like, from my perspective, just the realism of getting that done just wouldn't happen anyway, even if I wanted to. But yeah, totally. Like, you don't want to release, you don't want to release a book, like, right when the DLC is happening. Maybe, like, a month or so after. You can kind of then ride the hype wave. But, yeah, like, everyone and their mother's going to be playing the DLC. They're going to be distracted, right? Like, I don't think you'd get too many impulsive purchases on Dark Souls stuff itself. Quality over quantity? Yeah, quality over everything, for sure. Now, I can't find any more of these bowls just randomly, so I'm going to skip Liurnia. Let's go to here. Ah, damn it. Look down for a second. Actually let Greyoll die. Oh no, poor Greyoll. Anyway. Poor Greyoll. She exists to be killed by bleed weapons. So you can have some easy early, like, what, 80k souls or whatever? Man, poor girl. She got done dirty. Miyazaki just had to have, like, a warp gate that takes you to, like, Fort Pharos or something, like, really early, right? Or something like that. I forget how that works. Oh, let's get you here just in case. Alright, we're out of here. Ah, damn, too early. I kind of wanted to get a shot of that guy, but whatever. What you looking for? Bowls. Lots of bowls. I need bowls for my popcorn. Yeah, I know. Yes, I'm sure you do. The bowls are South Akari and Mariner on some random island with Albinorix in the bottom lake left of the lake, I think. Oh, okay, so that's where they are. Gotcha. We'll go back there then. Oh no, I have to go this way. I didn't turn left early enough. There we go. Yeah, we know you. Oh no, the retarded chicken. Oh, yeah. I have to do it, chat. There we go. Can I do so without me in the shot? Nah, not really. Who cares? Winged Crystal Tier. God, I wonder why that's here. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Winged has to do with equip load, right? If I remember correctly. So there are three options. Obviously, the Erd Tree's right next door to this. Another is the graveyard we're in. And the third is the effect of Deathroot on the environment. All three of those could possibly somehow relate to this equip load thing, I think. So which guys do you think is the most likely? And give me your reasoning, so I don't have to think. Popcorn is so good. Got it. There we go. Do this. Yeah, Winged is equip load. Good, I'm remembering correctly. There we go. I like this. Perfect. Look, this reminds me, I'm mistaken about the resistance to death birds. They're actually the same as the normal skeletons. Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind then, Xavier. Thank you so much for clarifying. Also, talk about those clerics with Vendor's Crown, the corpse of Majula hitting runes in Endgame Plus. Perhaps he got his crown from these clerics. Yeah, that could be an option. Again, if the problem, I think, Nobre, is that you're looking too hard to try to, like, connect the details there, when the simpler solution is just copy-pasting an asset that they already had. Because it's very obvious they already had, like, Vendrick models and stuff. Like, they created statues of him, with him and stuff already, right? Using that crown model, right? So they clearly already had that, and then they just reused it for some of the skeletons. So, I don't think... I just don't see it being very likely that they would, that we can really kind of connect it strongly. Because then we're like, okay, so Vendrick took a crown that was already used in the area? Yeah, sure, maybe. You could maybe make there's a cultural connection there. He's trying to tie himself to the land or something like that. Sure, that could work in that way. But it is one of those things where you're like, or maybe it's just asset reuse. But hey, it's not a bad explanation. I definitely think it's pretty solid. Yeah, the thing is, the crowd is a new model. It's broken. Yeah, but they're reusing the same base model to make it, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. They're not gonna create a new broken crown model of the same crown from scratch, right? Again, I'm not familiar with model and asset creation, so maybe I'm wrong. But I would assume that they would try to make that out of the existing model they'd have. Alright, we gotta move on, Jet. We got this one, so now we're going back to card. Actually, no, you know what? Let's go here first. Because there's the one with the giant boy here, right? It's more fun imagining an in-lore explanation rather than a real-life one. Exactly, that's fair, but again, for the purposes of my analysis and stuff, I always have to balance, okay, do I want to mention this, potential justification for something versus its potentially mundane, game development reason? And that's always a balance that I'm trying to strike with my work. Because at some point, you have to accept that you're maybe going down the path of the Kool-Aid, and you're trying to find an explanation or lore justification for every little thing, when there really isn't none. And when it becomes very obvious to people that you're kind of just reaching for every single little thing, then that starts hurting your credibility, because it starts feeling you're not actually going where the evidence goes, or what's the most likely reason or explanation. You're kind of just jumping at whatever just to try to make your point, or try to make, in this case, making the point that, you know, oh, Miyazaki and From Software and stuff really think about their lore and stuff. And I don't really need to do that with, say, every little thing. So that's like the larger philosophical reason for the methodology there. Why not both? And it could be. It very much could be, James. Again, it's very fair to say that. It's just a matter of whether or not that both is the convincing answer. Yeah, when you're trying to get to the truth of the matter for these things, ultimately, we're not the developers, and we don't even know if the developers themselves could answer that type of question, because it's happening so long after the fact, do they even remember anymore, right? Like, so then there comes a, I could have swore there was a bowl here, but I feel crazy now, chat. Anyway, but yeah, so it creates that, that awkward, situation for you, where it's like you can only discern truth by, discussing probabilities and likelihoods. So that way you can most likely try to, approach it. But Kool-Aid's delicious, Loki. I know, Xavier, I know. It's so very sweet, and my sweet tooth is so tempted to just take down the Kool-Aid and not care, but the integrity in me tells me, no, don't. Have some sweet tarts instead. The Wonka Company makes better sweets anyway. By the way, just to clarify, the Insolent Clerics are the one who are the Crypt Majula plus Cops, while the Imperial Knights are just the Crypt, and some Drang Knights carry their shield. Okay, yeah. I always get the names of those two confused right there. I don't know. I don't know why, but in my head, those names sound so similar to me. They just don't stick with, like, which one's which. Yeah, spawn at EG, then look at your map. You want to drop down and ride the cliff ledge lying north. You'll see the bowl with the intelligent out tier. Good to know. Thank you for clarifying. Nope, no bowl. You get the tears from killing the worm phase. I could have swore there was, like, an empty bowl, though, here. Again, I'm probably mixing it up with Mistwood, because there's, like, a similar thing going on here, and my mind is just replacing that there. But I could have swore. Yeah, this is the problem here. I have terrible memory. So, where's good old EG? Here we go. Oh, God. I forgot, chat. I forgot. We're in Liurnia. We're in Liurnia. Let me turn this off before we have a frickin' seizure with the PowerPoint presentation. No, bro, you were called to me. Yeah. I just want to hear the English names that it really throws me off. Again, it's no big deal. But it's just my goldfish memory being my goldfish memory. Where is this thing? Go along the north. I do remember, now that you guys mention it being around here. I just can't recall where exactly. Did I go past it? I don't remember if the wolves were here. Ah. Well, that's not gonna help me. that, found that. There we go. Let's see. Maybe I have to go further. Maybe I'm stopping too early. Ah, there it is. There you are. Wait, you're empty? Huh. Also, I just realized these fingers are outside Caria Manor. Huh. 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 Alright, we're going back here. Hey Pedro, why the late stream? Because I couldn't do an early stream. I know. Boring answer, but it's true. Unfortunate. I am in fact a boring person. We go here. Now I know where to go. There we go. So we do this. Wait. Ah, shit, you. Alright, you little shit. Now you're gonna do me a favor. You're gonna stand in the shadow here. Yes, yes. And then you're gonna sit. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, you stay there, you piece of crap. Just be a good little photographer. Gosh, the bowl disappears? Are you kidding me? I swear. I swear, chat. I swear. Alright, we're gonna lock that here. Other one is southwest of Boil Prawn Shack, apparently with the Elbanorgs. Good to know. Go check southwest then. Good, the thing came back. Alright, so now that the bowl's back. I might want to get a, I might want to edit that to have a circle around that area in the beneath the cliff. Oh no, maybe if I just describe in the article, people will be able to look for it and get it, but... Ah, I'm overthinking it again. There you go. There you go. Alright. Uh-huh. There we go. The game, that one would have had the intelligent, not tears, so you probably looted it. I must have looted it at some point. I just don't remember when with this character, because I've been kind of going out of the way to avoid looting a lot of stuff on this one. Perhaps this implies the clerics are from Haida and the crypt in Haida had some conflict or something? Could be. Definitely possible. I'm pretty happy with this setup, chat. Alright, so let's go to the other one now. This is actually very, much more informative. I forgot all these little story details with the bowls and stuff. There's the shack. I was like, do I even have it on this character? Hello, Amen. Good to see you. I wonder why they did they compromise an engine to make Elden Ring run on PS4? I don't know, because I've never played ER on PS4, and I don't know how it looks or something, but if I had to guess, probably rendering distance and stuff. Like, I imagine there's a lot of, like, things in the distance and stuff that look better on, say, like a PS5 than they do on the PS4, and they, like, use, they have a lot of stuff, like, de-render and things, so they don't look as good. So, never eat, sweet wheat. Okay, southwest here, down that way. Yep, there they are. Dexterity, not tier. That makes sense in the context of the Elbanorgs, because the Elbanorgs, like, do cartwheels and stuff, right? So, they're not just strength-focused or anything, so... That's not crazy of an explanation. I don't like the fog here, though, so let's reset. Mountaintops one is north of the foot of the forge site of grace. I do recall that one's location, so we'll go back there. Gosh, chat, it's just so good. I swear, whoever invented popcorn deserves a medal. If they have a medal, they deserve another one. Ooh, there was more of you. You guys. Damn. Come on. There we go. I think this is best, chat. There we go. Beautiful. Love it. Let's take off higher LOD again now. I think Native Americans had popcorn. Well, awesome job to them. It's annoying that Elden Ring caps at 30 FPS sometimes and doesn't let you go to 60 unless you use mods or something similar. I'll be honest, I was someone who didn't really get the whole FPS thing until I played Trails of Cold Steel on PC after playing it on PS3, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was on my PS3. Yeah, because I don't own a PS4, so yeah, it had to be PS3. So yeah, so when I played Trails of Cold Steel on PS3, I was like, yeah, it's fine, it's normal. Then I played the PC version, just to try it out, and support localization of more Trails games. And, oh my god, just seeing the way the cutscenes flowed, it felt so weird to me, chat, because, like, I'm seeing the same cutscene, but it somehow felt so much smoother at 60 FPS. I couldn't understand, like, my brain couldn't comprehend it. So now I'm like, okay, I get the 30, 60 FPS thing, and now I sympathize with people who really like playing their games at 60 or higher. You know, some people like to uncap it to, like, 160 or some crap. I can't use it on this character, so we have to go. Let's do it on our Barbarian man, because he probably won't have to worry about the Erd Tree being, you know, a little bitch. Playing old games on emulators is an eye-opening experience. Oh yeah, you're right. Emulators probably allow you to play at higher FPS rates than you could on the native console, huh? Yeah, that must be kind of crazy now that you mention it. If I remember right, we could go from here, so... Yeah, Foot of the Forge. Cold Steel is cool, but I prefer Trails in the Sky and also Zero. Oh yeah, Sky is my favorite of the games, for sure. Again, I've said this before, and I understand people who love Trails, Cold Steel, and the arc overall. I definitely understand that it had a huge effect for people in the West especially, getting into the Trails series, right? It really helped catapult the franchise as a whole, and I think it's done more good than harm, for sure. But I have really ambivalent feelings when it comes to Cold Steel as an arc. I definitely don't think it's as strong as the Sky games. I think in some ways it retroactively hurts those games. So like, I definitely feel mixed about Cold Steel as a whole, and I much prefer Sky, and Crossbell arc is also amazing. Also, like, I'm sorry to say, Reen is just an awful protagonist. Just fuck him. What a terrible character. Let's see. Am I crazy, chat? I forgot how to get around here? Ah. No, that's not it. Okay, like, is it already loaded? Oh, I missed it. Okay. I was actually going the right way. Okay. Crazy. Oh. I'm nuts. Whoop. Oh. Was it this way? No, I'm crazy, chat. It's now a thin path past the gargantuan spider. Oh! That's why. Okay. I'm thinking it's like up north by the graveyard thing. You're saying it's like past this guy. Right? Why are we having FPS issues suddenly? Game? For some reason, I like the slow building up of the Cold Steel 1. Yes, I agree. It allows the allows you to feel how the tensions between the Noble and the Railroad factions start boiling up to the point of civil war. Yeah, the thing with the Cold Steel arc is that it starts off pretty solid. Like, again, yes, it's rehashing a lot of things and stuff, but you know, again, it's trying to introduce things to a new audience. It's a little tropey, like the way they handle Lisa and Reen's first encounter made me roll my eyes. I was like, really, are we doing this? Like, I haven't felt that way since I saw the hot spring scene in Sky, where I'm like, okay, this is just it's, you know, it's just like the typical tropey scene. It's not adding anything. There's two big spiders I'm talking about. The one up north that's underground, not the one that... Oh, okay, gotcha. I gotta look for that one then. But yeah, so... Cold Steel 1, like, overall is very solid as an arc. 2 is where it starts, like, dropping the ball. Trying to make you feel bad for terrorists. That's always not gonna sit right with me in my book. Like, that's a real tough sell. Especially with how they handled them in Cold Steel 1. And then on top of that, you have this war, but they don't really want to commit to it being, you know, an actual civil war with actual costs. Remember Otto? Otto! Like, goodness me, you'd think that someone important actually died with the way everyone was acting. It's like, goodness me. Like, really, this is supposed to be like the big emotional weight moment? Ah, there you are. Alright. So we go down here. Okay, yeah, now we find you. There we go. This is how we find it. Damn, I'm in combat now because of that. Ugh. There we go. And this one you can now justify as being because of the Giant's Flame rather than just generic because of Erdtree and stuff, right? So that's cool. Oh god, I lost myself. Why do I keep doing this, chat? Why am I so mad? So I was right, it was by the graveyard. I was just looking too high up. Okay. But yeah, suffice to say, my feelings about the PlayStation era for Kiseki has been rather lukewarm. I think there's a lot of good that came out of it, but I think there was a lot of bad. And I think the further the games went on, the more bad showed up, unfortunately. But hey, there was a lot of cool stuff in there. Osborn was a cool villain, especially at Azure and Cold Steel 1, and scary in his own way and a formidable opponent. It's a shame they handled it very bad the Civil War at CS2. Yeah, and I agree with you. I think Osborn was a great character. Up until... I would even say, you know what, most of 3, he was fine. I think 3 and 4... It rubbed me, a lot of stuff about, like, again, just a lot of stuff about 3 and 4 rubbed me the wrong way, especially. And 2 is where it was really starting to go downhill. But yeah, I haven't had the chance to look at the latest games in Kuro with, wait, what are they calling it now? I forgot what the official English name is. Oh yeah, Trails in Daybreak, right? Or something like that. Anyway, I haven't been able to get a good look at the games there. Because of all the Soul stuff that I've been doing for you guys. I mean, I haven't even been able to play the official English version of the Crossbell games. I tried doing that on stream, but Just ended up not like working out, mostly because I didn't want to narrate every one of these voices and stuff. I don't know, maybe I'll go back to Crossbell, but I won't narrate everything. But I hate doing that to you guys. Like, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta put... God, why am I like this, chat? Why am I like this? Why can't I just not care? Why can't I just not give a shit? Also, is there... Are you telling me? Is that like actual water, but they froze it? I can't tell, chat. I can't tell if there's actually water here or not. I'm gonna try to adjust the lighting. Those were fun streams. Yeah, I'm sure they were fun, but like, God, it just takes so much work on my part, chat. There are so many characters in Trails, and I really like looking at all the side dialogue, which is one of the main selling points for me for the games. Just watching, you know, being the fly on the wall for everybody else's story. Did they freeze it? I think they did. Unfortunately, you know, maybe I should, you know, do it like this first. Yeah, there we go. Let's try to get it. So, can I get a good lighting here? Ah, I can't. This is the closest I can do it if I have the evening lighting. What about morning? No, that's nighttime. Oh! Oh! I was able to do it. What time is it? Literally at midday. Actual midday, chat. Oh my God, they actually froze the water. Okay, so they put water in every single one of these things, but they freeze it in the mountaintops. Okay, I give back my praise to From Software. They, you know, the attention to detail here for this really specific asset. Give some praise to Tanaka-san. He really did his job there. Put a glowstone down. I didn't want to use a glowstone for this. Beautiful. And the lighting's even better because it really highlights the area. So let's get the higher LODs now. There we go. There we go. That's such a cool detail. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. Have you ever tried Suikoden 2 and Persona 2? Two of my favorite RPGs in PS1 of all time. Another favorite game is Silent Hill 1 and 2. I have not played the Silent Hill games. Those skip me by, which is a shame because I'm a fan of horror. So I'm interested in trying out the remake. We'll see how much I like it or not, but I want to try it. I love how many cool characters are in Trails, by the way. Yeah, yeah, Trails is just such a... God. I have no amount of... I have no end of praise for Trails. In fact, one of the things that really got me excited about playing HSR Beyond Kafka was actually learning that the devs were inspired by Falcom and the Trails. I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. You have actual Chinese developers for a big billion-dollar corporation who are big weebs who actually love the Trail series, which is kind of niche outside of Japan. So that's cool. And I know that Trails is has a decent following in China, but still, it was really neat to hear that. And you could see it when you play the game. Like, goddamn, that scene with Sampo, I was like, God, they ripped that straight out of Sky the Third. I wonder if the water's important, or even if it's water, maybe it's zoo or something. It could be a byproduct of the drops of the Erd Tree crystallizing. Like, they crystallize, and there's, like, a water byproduct that's left behind. Like, it takes some of that water out as it hardens and solidifies. I haven't played Silent Hill. I'm not even very confident in the remakes. I'm very rarely confident in remakes, but I'm hopeful. Final Fantasy VII burned me very badly. I was really looking forward to playing the remake. Then I saw that it wasn't really a remake. It was a remake, quote unquote. And I was like, okay, yeah, you lost me. At least Tifa looks hot. Man, you have to try the OG Silent Hill 2 or the enhanced version on PC. The remake doesn't look promising, sadly. The best of the classic ones won the drawer. Yeah, I'm gonna see. Even if it's not the best, if it's at least like a decent retelling, I'm willing to give it a shot. But yeah, we can always go back and play some of the old ones on emulator and stuff. Though I have seen some of the hokey acting in the original Silent Hill, and that kind of puts me off from it. I mean, it's not insufferable. I managed to go through Dark Souls 1 despite much of its own hokey acting talent, but hey. Alright, so we've got that done. What other bowls and stuff might I want to take shots of for future reference? Alright, so I don't think there's any more Weeping Peninsula. There might be more in Limgrave that I'm forgetting. I'm trying to think of areas where there might have been some that I don't recall. Remake looks like I'll have an awkward combat system. I mean, that could work for a horror game. It's gonna depend on how they execute it. I'm fine with, you know, slight awkwardness to combat systems. One example of that was, of course, the original Dead Space. That wasn't, like, you know, the most refined of shooters at the time. Granted, the remake did try to smooth it out a little bit, but they still kept a little bit of that roughness. They could kind of, you know, feel like, you know, you weren't, like, you know, some elite super soldier that's, like, pulling out, like, weapons, like, left and right, like you're freaking, like, a killing machine Terminator and all that. Are there any by Death Touch Catacombs? I don't think so. I don't remember there being a bowl around Summon Water. I already have the shot of the Third Church of America's bowl, so that's not a problem. I'm playing Rebirth, and it's awesome, but I haven't played the original. Super fun combat. Uh-huh. Fort Height West. There's none at the Waypoint Ruins, right? Are you still interested in the bunker horror game? Oh, Amnesia the Bunker? Oh, definitely, definitely. I just haven't gotten around to, like, checking it out to make sure that it's like, okay, do I really want to play it? But, like, yeah, from what I saw in reviews and stuff, I am desperate for another good Amnesia game to come out, chat. Like, at this point, I'm willing to replay a graphic upgrade remaster to the original Dark Descent at this point. Like, I am so hungry for a new good Amnesia from that developer. Unfortunately, as is the case with many things, developers are only as good as the people who staff them, and so many of those great developers for the companies that we've loved in so many decades ago have moved on or left or got fired or, you know, got found out to be, like, I don't know, pedophiles or something, right? And they end up having to leave or whatever. And now you have all these new talent and stuff, and they're just not as good as the original artists. Sad, sad, sad. It just leads to a lot of games that just never live up to the original. But I'm really hopeful that in the case of frictional games and Amnesia, that Bunker will be a good way for them to refine their stride for that franchise. Voice acting improved, you'd say, from the first to the fourth? Oh, okay, good to know. Yeah, I don't know, chat. Unless you guys have it off the top of your head where these places are, I think that might be the last one I want to grab. Okay, so we're going to be talking about at least have a few shots of the crystal stuff. Don't really have an example of them at the foot of the minor Erd trees as often as I thought we would. Yeah, I'm just really hoping Metroid Prime 4 will be good despite it being a long time since 3 came out. Yeah, exactly, right? And sometimes you need that. You need a franchise to go on ice for a while. You know, let it kind of cool, so that way people can kind of, you know, like, really reflect on what exactly a sequel deserves or needs or requires, right? And then have some new talented people who can execute that. Sometimes that's really all it takes. Silent Hills 1, 3, and 4 mostly follow a line of lore focused on the town's history and religion. Oh, that's cool. If I recall correctly, though, wasn't Silent Hill developed by different people? So I imagine this is kind of a canon that's sort of been built up by different directors over time. It's not like, oh, this was like one big story we planned from the beginning. Right? That'd be my assumption. Okay, I'm gonna check around Artishack. Can't wait as well to play episode I guess. Okay, yes. The new Persona 3 Reload DLC actually has me hyped to play Persona 3 Reload. I've been thinking about whether or not I want to play it, like, sometime in the next few months. Or just skip it, because it'd be another long game, it's a big investment and stuff, right? Like, there's a lot of, like, excuses I can give to myself for why I should, like, you know, skip it for other things. But the DLC has me like, okay, they're now adding everything that I would want in a Persona 3 remake. So, if that's the case, it's really hard for me to not want to buy it when that DLC is out. Is it ever something planned from the beginning, Loki? Trails. Trails is a story that had, at least in its broadest strokes, been written out from the very beginning, and they've been slowly, over the past 2 decades or so, been adding game after game to flesh out and build up to it. Like, the amount of stuff that's foreshadowed in the original Sky first chapter is insane. I don't know if it's still true, but I remember the director, Kondo, saying a while back, that there was stuff still in the original Sky game that had yet to be delivered upon that they were foreshadowing. Like, there were still, like, probably very small things, and I can think of a few things off the top of my head in that case. So, like, yeah, it depends on the creator. Sometimes people wing it. Sometimes there isn't this plan for, like, a franchise or, you know, string of games or whatever. And they kind of just, like, go with the flow and try to figure it out as you go along, which works just fine, right? But sometimes some people, you know, they have the plan, and they know they want to slowly execute on it. Is the DLC separate from the main game? Yeah, I think it's part of, like, their Battle Pass or whatever they're doing. Like, whatever Atlus does for their scummy DLC things. Yeah, the directors and OG team members weren't the same, so there's a world of difference between the classic ones, 1 through 4, and the ones after that. Ah, okay, so it at least stays, you're saying, relatively consistent with the team members for the first few games. But I wasn't sure if the actual, like, writing and stuff was, consistent among the team members. Like, it was 1 through 4 had the same writers all the way through. Yeah, I can't find this one, chat. If there's another bowl somewhere around here, I have no idea. Finding these things, like, as random shots in the dark has not been very fortuitous. Season Pass, yeah, is that what they call it? I don't know. All these companies finding ways to scam me of my money. And then you have gacha games, which at least they tell me upright. Hey, just gamble your money away. You may get it without having to spend a dime. You may get it after you spend $1,000. You feeling lucky, punk? And you know what? I appreciate the honesty. Battle Pass is a live service mechanic. Yeah, it's all the same thing. Try to nickel and dime you. Man, you know what's so great about Armored Core 6? It was just the game, with all the stuff in it. You have to pay DLC for anything other than what, like the soundtrack or whatever? Maybe some extra, like, you know, memorabilia they'll mail you or whatever? Like, God, those were the days, chat. Lands between. Yeah, the season pass for the last wave is gonna be the new DLC stuff. But they're gonna do, like, you know, their typical, like, Atlus thing of coming out with, like, new outfits and stuff for the characters to wear, probably with new OSTs that come with it. It's northeast of the Storm Shack on a cliff overlooking the forest. I already got that shot, Xavier. We got that one at the beginning. I'm trying to see if there's any others on Limgrave that I missed. So we got the one here with the Mist Ruins. You know what? I'm starting to think, is there anything else in this area that's worth looking at? Oh, you know what? There's that Spirit at Dragon Barrow. Where is he? The one that gives you a heart or whatever. I'm gonna look at that guy. Oh, alright, yep. Also, Loki, the Lion Clan vases, along with appearing on the Huntsman Copes, also appear on Shrine of Amana behind perhaps the first house of the area. Yeah, that's the curse vases. Yeah, that's a pretty generic asset. They use it whenever they're like, oh, humanity and stuff has been collected here, and it's cursed. And it makes creepy laughs, too. Alright, so where's this stupid spirit guy that tells you about the hearts and stuff? Does anyone know where this guy... Listen, okay? It's a Loki stream. Please, don't laugh at... I know you're laughing at me! Stop it! Stop pointing and laughing! It's not funny! It's not funny! How you doing, man? Hey, Athena! I don't recognize your incredibly long username, but welcome on in. Get comfy. Well, they may be old, as well as a bit tedious due to random encounters and a bit slow battles. Persona 1 and 2 are very cool story and elements path in that regard. Are near more or less to P3. Also try SMT series. SMT's the one I've skipped. Persona 1 and 2 I'm familiar with, believe me. Yeah, I feel like 1 and 2 could definitely get a remake treatment to help bring it up to quote-unquote modern standards, but still be solid. It's just that I don't think Atlus will ever release a remake for those games. I think they are wholly uninterested for a variety of reasons. I don't think it would fit with the current image they're trying to cultivate. I think Persona 5, sanitized as it was a bit on the edgier side for them. So I don't think they're willing to do 1 and 2. Come on, Loki. No! No! Stop it, no, Bray. Don't come on, Loki. Ah! No! No! Why am I like this? Anyway, Athena, how am I doing? I'm doing okay, as you can see. I'm being mocked viciously by chat, so what's new? Oh, yeah. Where's this stupid spirit? Is he around here, maybe? I'll check here. Loki! No, Xavier! Stop judging me! Don't you dare judge me! I am not deserving of any of this. Where the hell is the spirit? Come on, man, you're supposed to be on the floor. Where are you? Ain't no way! Yes way. Listen. Oh, there we go. Alright, so this is where it would have been where Grail would be. So I think the spirit would be somewhere before that. God, is the spirit even still here because Grail's dead in this playthrough? Like, I don't know. That's why I've never seen this stupid guy. Also, seriously? No, I can't be bothered. I wish I remembered where this guy is because I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up, chat. I'm gonna cheat. Also, let's change the OST while we're here. What's another good... which one's this? Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Alright, let's see. Elden Ring Spirits Dialogue. I'm sure that'll bring it up, yeah. Spirit NPC. Alright, Dragon Barrow. Wandering Artist Spirit. Oh my god, they don't... Well, this is why we don't trust Vextra, chat. Wait, maybe it's Caelid. Maybe they put under Caelid. Aeonian Spirit, No, okay, they got the other two only. Okay, Frustrated Spirit. Oh, this is the guy that got cut from the game. Okay, not him. Spirit. Oh my god, not Spirit. Ashes. Oh my god. Windmill Spirit, Lost Snow Spirit, King's Realm Spirit, Wandering Artist Spirit, Shaded Castle Spirit, Eclipse Spirit, Morn Spirit, Ashen Spirit. Oh, there's an Ashen Spirit. Oh, cool. I can't wait to get that when I actually finish the game. But, you know, that's never happening, chat. Leerdian Lake Spirit. Oh, this is for the Elbanor Village, right? I think. I actually don't remember this guy. Stranded Graveyard Spirit, Great Spirit, Shiofra River Spirit, Gatetown Spirit, Erdtree Sanctuary Spirit. Tower of Return Spirit? I don't remember the Searching Sanctuary Spirit either. God, there's all these spirits I don't remember, chat. Lyrian Highway Spirit, Aeonian Swamp Spirit, Study Hall Spirit. Oh my. Wait, that's it? That's it? That's all the ones you have? God damn it, Fextra! Why are you so useless? Holy hell, chat. Holy hell. People actually use this wiki. Yeah, where the hell are you? Oh, it's after Godfrey returns. That's why I haven't seen him. Love Revenge. Spirit is facing the direction of the Revenger Shack. Does not move. Love NPC. Shallow water, just eat. Okay, so he's just east of Revenger Shack. Good to know. Okay, don't care. Another Fextra L. Always a Fextra L. Are you looking for the spirit near the Tower of Caelid? Is that where he is? Is he near the Tower of Caelid? Is that the exact location I should be looking at? Okay, we're going that way. I'm just trying to find the spirit that wants to eat dragon hearts. Laying on the floor. I just want to get shots of him. But apparently no one fucking finds this guy because he's not recorded in any of the wikis. Like, it's actually kind of impressive. Dark Souls, I trust only the fandom wiki is actually a good wiki. For Dark Souls at least, I know what the rest. No, all the wikis are terrible. I have never liked a single Souls wiki on the English side. The Japanese ones, that's a different story. I actually like most of those. At least before Dark Souls 3. At Dark Souls 3, they started doing a lot of the same stuff that English wikis do, with like their overcomplicated like websites and stuff and things like that, and they had a lot of incomplete entries and things, at least last time I checked for 3. So it's like, they could be better in that case. But for Dark Souls 1, 2, for Demon Souls, I actually like the Japanese wikis. But that's it. If you want that one, just follow the road from Grail and cross the little pond with the 2 dragons. Keep on the road, you'll see the spirit off to the right somewhat. Okay, off to the right, you said. Let me get on this stupid-ass horse. Oh my god! How are you supposed to find this asshole? Yeah, there's a bush that blocks him when you're coming up the road. There's a bush, there's a rock, there's all this other crap. Like, holy hell. You didn't actually point him out to me? I don't know how anyone's supposed to find this guy. It's like he's between the 2 roads, too. Like, even from this direction, you can't really see him. There's all this crap in the way. Poor guy. Also, Wonka. Don't ask why I remember him, LOL. Yeah, honestly, you know what? The fact that you found him, I can honestly say he is memorable. Because once you find him, you're like, how the hell does anyone notice him? And then you never forget him again, because he's in the most easy-to-miss spot. It's like you can easily find him, because he's the one blind spot in this entire game. Alright, so, let's look at this guy. Yep, dude dresses in the Godfrey drip. Whew. We do that here, we look over here, and then we do this. There you go. There we go. Yeah, I recall basically tripping over him! Never seen this guy before, first time too. Yeah, see? Like, no wikis record this guy exists. Like, he's just there. Like, if it wasn't for Zuli, like, pointing it out to me, I would not know this guy exists either. Like, holy hell. Like, talk about, like, trying to help players by giving them a useful tip, and then putting that tip in the most easy-to-miss spot in the entire game. I wish I knew enough kanji and vocabulary so I didn't need a dictionary to understand any text. Oh, that's fine, Raijin. Like, You slowly build it up, you get used to it. Like, it's okay, it's okay. Like, Rome wasn't built in a day and all that. The grammar and the way they structure their sentence is a problem, luckily, though. Oh, I'm glad for you. That was a little bit of a stumbling block for me. I really had to kind of habituate myself to get used to the syntax. Granted, it's not that difficult. It's just sort of reversing a few things in your head, so it's not, like, the hardest thing, right? Like, even if, like, you know, it still has subject, you know, object, verb, and stuff in it, right? It's just the order and stuff can be a little wonky. So that's not the worst part, but for me, it was a little tougher. There was a lot of mushrooms in the DLC trailer, so I'm worried we aren't going to get explanation for the ones around these spirits. You never know. We'll see. We'll see, Xavier. Who knows? The answer may already be here. There we go. Alright, chat. Forgive me. I have to get this asshole out of the way. Yeah, good. Just to make sure the rain doesn't distract me in the background either. There we go. There we go. I actually wanted to know, are you native Japanese or just... Oh, no, not native. No. I don't... If I have any Japanese blood in my body, I certainly don't know it. 100% not native. Teabag him? Nah. Sorry, Ratos. Not my style. Yeah, Night Scout. They mentioned the cut armor set. That's honestly what drew my attention to him, was when Zuli pointed out the cut armor set was being used for this guy. There we go. Well, we're going through Mistwood Ruins. Yeah, I was reminded of that. There we go. There we go. Alright, can we skip this track on the OSD? It's definitely not my favorite. There we go. Yeah, let's end this. There we go. Any other good looks at the clothes we could get? There we go. You want to improve your JP or you won't graduate, or at least feel comfortable with your JP to English program you started last year at uni. Oh, that's actually really cool. You see, with AI and stuff, it's getting easier and easier to create translation support platforms for people, so that way even non-native speakers who don't know like another language can very much more easily follow. Now, I don't think it's ever going to be quite perfect, because there's always going to be something that the AI isn't going to be able to comprehend, quote unquote. But yeah, I do think those types of programs are very important. Loki bro, who do you think that the Insolent Cleric shield is depicting? Since it has a blessing with a stamina recovery and is used by clerics with Anor Londo stuff, in my opinion, it's probably good. I don't know, I'd have to look at the shield and get back to you on that one, no, Bray. There was one by the Limgrave Coliseum, but they cut him once they finished the Coliseum. Yeah, that one guy's already been cut from the game, so I don't care about him. I don't care about him, he's been decanonized. Miyazaki said, no, you don't exist. I'm hitting you with a sub because I need to get my grind on Elden Ring. No problem, my man. Always appreciate the like and the sub. Really does help out the channel. I'm also working on allowing super chats because some of you crazy people decide that you want to actually spend money on my YouTube instead of, you know, just buying a digital edition of Abyssal Archive or Demonic Archive, you know? I mean, hey, I'll appreciate it. Technically, I get more of a cut from YouTube, I think, so... Yeah, not the worst deal in the world. But seriously, actually buy my book so you can get some real value for your money. Alright, so I'm trying to think. What are these other spirits that I actually found and opened? Do I want to get shots of these before we close? Wait. Wait. Did I not? I could have swore I opened new tabs for that, but maybe I closed them like an idiot. Oh well. It's an old man with cloth covering his left shoulder, kind of like Gwyn. Yeah, that could make sense, but I have to look at the details. Like, does he have a beard? Does he have a crown? Like, there's a lot of other details where you'd be like, okay. Again, it could just be one of these cases where it's not supposed to depict anything in particular. They just had a, you know, a shield, a standard design. Maybe an artist just came up with something, and again, they're trying to fit it into the game. You already got 1.1k subscribers. Oh, really? We already hit another 100? Holy hell, chat! I really need to get on it with Google to add me already to the monetization thing then, because you guys have been subbing like mad lately. I don't know if I hit like a certain like point or whatever that like causes me to start getting noticed by the algorithm or whatever, or maybe it's just my grind is finally, you know, catching up, and I don't know what it is, but like, awesome. Cool. I don't know why you guys like me so much, but hey, I'll take it. I think poetic language, like From uses sometimes in their games, is very hard for AI to translate properly at any point in the future, but hey, I might be surprised. I'm not so worried about that. I think the problem is the AI could be tripped up because someone could use something in a way that the AI hasn't been trained on, or doesn't have an algorithm with which it can interpret the words. Because ultimately, again, we talk about AI and stuff, but the thing with AI algorithms and things like that is that it's not like AI in the sense that we think of it from like the movies and stuff. It's more so like a bunch of language algorithms that are able to calculate from, again, this is my, you know, mundane understanding, so correct me if I'm wrong if you guys know more. But my understanding is it's a bunch of algorithms things that are able to string together and understand words and the probability, and are able to calculate the probabilities of what word to use after this word and what it means and things like that. And that's how you can simulate like AIs that can like respond to you and have conversation stuff with you. That's how I understand it, is that they're able to kind of train themselves on exactly all the information there's out there on the internet or whatever that they're using as a data set, and use that to be able to adjust for the probability. And then there's other conditions, like say if you want your AI to have a quote-unquote personality or something, that way you can kind of help sort of quote-unquote teach it how to use certain words rather than other words in order to sort of simulate the idea of, oh, this AI is kind of sarcastic, or hey, this AI is sort of like, you know, has a certain like, you know, religious or ideological bent or something like that, right? Like all that type of stuff. So that's usually how I see it getting done. Do I want something with the cathedral? Honestly, not really. Let's get a shot of you while we're here. Let's gotta get a shot of you, my friend. Man, it really sucks to be you, huh? Yeah, it's probability and modeling on steroids, not intelligence in any way. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, Pedro. So that was my understanding of it, right? And AI is just more marketable, though, so that's the easier thing to say to people, right? To get us all hyped up for the improvement of the technology. So in that respect, I think that it understanding and being able to follow, like, poetic language isn't actually that crazy. The problem, I think, is when there's, like, a new slang, or there's a new way of arranging the language of the poetry that can trip them up. That's where I think there could be problems. And that's why I think that it'll never be able to truly replace a person. Because there's always that case of novelty, that it'll be slow on the uptake to picking up. Now, it could get faster, you could integrate to the internet to pick up the chatter and stuff, but I still think, without a human hand guiding it, I think AI is never going to be able to be self-sufficient in that regard. Guys, a special attack where they make a giant rot breath cloud? Yeah, for sure. Ooh. I mean, for a same sentence, you can translate many ways, and some options are better than others depending on the context of the game. Yeah, exactly. But AI can theoretically look in the larger context of the statement of the sentence or things, and thus be able to judge from that context, which is the most likely way to translate it, right? Again, AIs are already getting really good at this on the translation front. I've seen it myself, and it's impressive. I mean, they're getting really good on the timeline front, too. Like, in recent years, historians have been able to use AI to calculate regnal years and things like that. And they are getting extremely precise now with timelines for events relative to our BC AD timeline, right? So from the Gregorian calendar. And that is crazy impressive, because you used to have to, like, calculate that by hand, and there was so much opportunity for human error, which, as we now know with the AI, was definitely the case. But now, like, we're getting it down to, like, we have only, like, a 1 or 2 year, variance for differentiation on, like, when someone, like, was born or not, on a lot of, like, again, we're talking about, like, larger, you know, history for kings and things like that nature. So that's, like, pretty impressive, I think. Like, I think, it's only going to keep improving for language, too. Now, the issue I could see with FromSoft games specifically, for example, would be, context. FromSoft games are notorious for giving us statements, but not necessarily providing all the context in written form. So you'd have to have an AI which can not only interpret the text, but also see it within the larger case of the environment. And that's where I think the AI might struggle more. It may be a lot harder for the AI to be able to pick up the significant patterns with regards to environment and stuff. I still think it's possible, but I think it's a lot harder. And again, us doing this, like, say, you know, with the human element on my own, with you guys, right, in collaboration, stuff like that, there's a lot of room for error. So I feel like AIs might really struggle in that regard. The main problem with JP to EN translation regard to AI is that Japanese normally needs a lot of deduction and guessing. They've improved a lot over the years, though. Yeah, they have improved a lot, but you're right. Like, a lot of times, like, you'll see this a lot with, like, Twitter Translate and stuff like that. Not using the new name. Like, it'll translate the actual statement of a tweet relatively well. Like, it'll be perfectly sensible as far as a translation goes. But they won't get the pronouns or whatever right, for whatever, because there are no pronouns in the original tweet, and the translator tool or whatever they're using is trying to insert those in there by making, I don't know how or why, but it makes certain assumptions. And sometimes it can be weird. Like, someone will talk about themselves in the first person, but the translator will assume that they're talking about the third person, and it'll assume it's like a man or a woman or whatever, right? So, it can do weird things like that. And that's where I think, like, yeah, that could definitely always be a problem. But hey, if a translator tool, if you can train an AI to sort of assume default that the person is talking about themselves, unless there's, like, an obvious context for which they would be talking about someone else in that case, like, that could work. But yeah, there's a lot of ambiguity in the Japanese language that, well, I should say that's inherent to the Japanese language, which could cause problems for translator tools specifically. But I remember Google Translate, over a decade ago, I think, compared to now, some of the stuff I see Google Translate comes out with, and it's like night and day, the improvements. Now, it's still Google Translate. It's not perfect, but, like, there's definitely cases where I think it could probably be, it's not as terrible a tool to use now as it would be, say, back then when it first came out. It's X Loki! Please use the name of the egocentric billionaire chose. No! No! I refuse! I'm sorry, Elon. I love you, but Twitter's a better name. It's definitely the better branding. I don't know why you're so obsessed with X's. I don't know, like, did an X do something to you as a child? Where did it hurt you on the doll, Mr. Elon? Considering the Strait of Sage is west of Celia proper, is it possible that Celia was much bigger in the past? No, okay, this is the same issue as calling Hemwick a charnel lane. The term means town, so it's a town. It's the sages, you know, the sages' town ruins, right? Wiseman, right? So it's telling you that there's Celia, but then there's this town of also Wiseman, i.e. sorcerers, right? Same thing with this place, right? And this is a separate town. And this is a separate town, or village, or whatever you want to call them, right? Or this is a separate town, or village, and this is connected to the Forsaken Ruins, right? And this comes with the shack and all that, right? So, again, it's talking about not the idea that Celia was much bigger in terms of it was a bigger city. It's talking about the idea that there were many different, settlements that were dotted across Caelid, and they were part of this larger network of sorcerers. Hence why we have the highway, which, let me highlight here. If you actually look closely at the highway here, it's actually not an Erdtree highway like we see elsewhere in the game. It uses plain tiles. It doesn't have the Elden Ring Erdtree, you know, weird, you know, symbol stuff that it goes on these. And that's except for certain stretches around Kelum. So it shouldn't be a street since that implies the section of Selly. Yeah, again, it's the same thing with Hemwick Charnel Lane. The more accurate translation for Hemwick is Graveyard Town. Now, can the kanji for town also translate to a street or a lane? Yes, there are certain contexts where that certainly could work. In the same way that you might call something a Chinatown, when obviously you're not referring to it as being a separate settlement, really. It's sort of this quasi, you know, street, lane, block, etc. type thing, right? So yes, there are contexts where you could translate it as street, but in the context of Miyazaki's games, and as you can see within the way that the game sets it up itself, these are not streets, quote-unquote, of some larger, you know, like, you know, megalithic city or anything. These are individual settlements. They're towns, villages, cities, whatever you want to call them. I have a good authority that the letter X is an awesome letter. Yes, it's an awesome letter, but I'm just saying Twitter was better. X Zelden Ring. Loki bro, what do you besides like from software? What do you do besides like from software stuff? Write. I do have my own writing career, Jet. It's the reason why I'm able to write books for FromSoft and do stuff for the website. It also takes up so much of my time in life. AI lacks also enough knowledge to know if something flows well or if it's a sentence that sounds natural to native people. Yeah, but that's something I think that it can improve on in that regard. Again, a lot of this stuff is a matter of just simply getting the AI to learn like sort of the implicit rule set with which we use to understand stuff. Now, some of that I think is gonna have to do with linguistics. I think you're gonna have to teach AI not just the written word, but also the spoken word and how it sounds as it's received into our brains, right? Because we know how to pronounce things in that nature and how that, like, you know, it flows and sounds and what like are good ways to move words and things, right? That's an artistic level that is gonna, I think, take more time, but I think that can happen for AI, and that will, you know, it will happen eventually, right? Oh, you're right, other stuff as well, like books or research, stuff like that. I write fiction. I don't talk about my private career on my Loki brand for several reasons, but yeah. Although I will say this, chat, I have been thinking of maybe trying to experiment and publish a few of my fiction stuff under Loki. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if you guys would honestly be interested. Again, like I am the Dark Souls. For better or worse, I am the Dark Souls / FromSoft lore guy among many other Dark Souls / FromSoft lore guys. So I don't know if you guys would be that much interested in reading one of my own works being published under Loki, but we'll see. Who knows? I wish I could have a writing career and do from software analysis as a side hustle. No comment. Anyway, what was I trying to showcase here? Oh, right, the stretches, right? So again, there are these brief stretches of the highway where it is not using the normal tile. It is actually using the Erdtree tile. Oh, there we go. So you have the Capital Highway stuff here, right? This is obviously a case of, hey, the road gets old, it gets defunct, okay, we have to replace new pieces of road, okay, it is the Erdtree Kingdom which is in charge, so they replace it with their own tiles, right? But they otherwise are keeping most of the existing road, because why the hell are you gonna bother changing something if it ain't broke? Don't fix it, right? Makes sense. So, the implication is clear that this highway was part of a larger network of Sellia settlements, which of course was Sellia itself. You have the Sage's Ruins over here, you have Fort Gale and stuff came later, but you have Kelum, you have the Forsaken Ruins with little shack stuff up here to help, you know, carry down all this stuff over that was off the highway, right? And then, of course, it ends with Summonwater Village, because the tapers off, I think, about here is where the highway starts disappearing. And it may have continued further, but that's obviously been lost. Have you ever written a novel or planned writing one? Yeah, for sure. For Loki, though, I have had a few ideas. But again, like I said, I just don't know if you guys would really be interested in that type of stuff. I also have to think about it because I want it to go with... Obviously, you guys are an audience which likes FromSoft and stuff, so it's not necessarily you're going to like, say, a radically different genre. Like, if I came out with, like, say, a harem light novel or something, it's like, ah, yes, Loki, writes analysis for FromSoftware, also comes out with harem romance series on the side for you guys to read. Like, I don't know if there's a lot of overlap for you guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys are a bunch of degenerate weebs still, but... I don't know. I have to think about it, chat. I really have to think about it. You're kind of curious. You know, now that I do good stuff. I mean, again, I appreciate the kind words. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I will admit that fiction comes more naturally to me than the hard analysis stuff. I consider myself amateurish in that regard, but I don't know. I wonder if the street lamps would have had red fire that's in the Colosseum. That's hard to say, because that... We've seen the red fire, and it generally is associated with stuff like Gelmir. So I really don't know. I really, really don't know. We also have all the stuff hanging with the Colosseum decorations from Redmane, so I have no idea if we should even consider that that relevant. You know? Yes, yeah, the Caelid Colosseum is definitely a weird one. Io Harem? Yeah. Like, I'll throw this one out to you guys. Like, I've told this one to Sinclair once upon a time, so it's not crazy. Like, one story idea that I've thought about for the longest time is I actually want to do a Chinese fantasy setting, not set in China, but like sort of a China-inspired setting. And the premise would essentially be to have like this young boy emperor, and he has to go engage with the Imperial Harem. And sort of the idea is that trying to focus on the idea of the Imperial Harem, of obviously of all these women that are all gathered in one place, yay, harem shenanigans. I'll actually focus on the political side of things in terms of like what the Imperial Harem in Southeast Asia and stuff actually contributed to you know, the history of like places like China, like Japan, Korea, etc. And sort of like kind of take that like sort of lens on it to create like an interesting political drama along with the harem romance shenanigans and stuff. Plus, I really want to write a boy character because obviously kids are spawns of Satan, and it would be really interesting, I think, to me to have a character who is a young child who is very immature and things like that, but he's been thrust into a position of power and authority where he has to act certain ways, and that his way for self-expression and things could be to commit some very heinous things, and he could be very emotional outbursts and stuff. And I find that a fascinating character to want to explore. So that's like the type of stuff that I've thought about for possibly publishing under Loki and stuff. But like I said, I don't know if you guys would really be interested in that sort of thing. That sounds like something I would absolutely read. Oh, wow, I'm surprised to hear that. I wouldn't be interested, but I haven't been interested in books in general for a while since I got my first phone. Listen, that is completely fair. We live in the age of, like, of webcomics and stuff, so I completely get ya. I mean, why read something when you can watch the movie adaptation, right? That's actually a good idea. Way more interesting than 9% of the mangas, which involve harem out there. Something I would definitely read, not gonna lie. Oh, wow, I'm really surprised you guys really like the idea. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. The future holds many unknowns. Kind of interested in hearing about your plans of a novel. Kind of interested in a novel with a lot of political details. I used to read a lot years ago, but not anymore. I wish I could return, though. Listen, the problem with reading is that it takes time. Like, for example, Smotown. He's been reading my Abyssal Archive stuff, and I think he, like, last time I talked to him was when I was doing a podcast with Acer Aesthetics. That's probably going to come out at some point, maybe. Who knows? Could always be lost. Yeah, this is about the... Yeah, okay, yeah. It's about here that it ends, and then it goes into the new stuff. Okay, yeah. A little farther, a little farther. Yeah, because it's right, and then finally we get here. Yeah, this line right here. Yeah, I was right. It was about here that they do, so good to know. A young kid engaging political surely would be a happy ending, yes. To put it in the words of a certain HSR writer, it would be a heartwarming and uplifting story. For sure, it would be a heartwarming and uplifting story. There would not be any tragedy whatsoever. What could possibly go wrong? Having a child in control of the levers of power in a political state, which he has to constantly vie for his own survival, while also dealing with plenty of ministers who execute his powers and have their own political agenda and would try to subvert his will for their own personal aims. And having to navigate that type of environment to obtain absolute control, as well as get some bitches. The problem with reading is that it takes time. Indeed, wise words, right? Like, it's been so hard for me to catch up on my anime backlog recently because all the From Software stuff I do with you guys just makes it so incredibly time-consuming that I just don't have any time to just watch series like I used to. I used to think, okay, once Abyssal Archive is out, I'll finally be able to do it, right? I was actually catching up on my backlog a little bit, and then I got back to the grind, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. It's weird because I live in South America. I only read novels in Spanish, but after reading a few in English, I have to say I prefer the language for novels unless the OG work is in Spanish. Oh, really? Is that so? See, that's a fascinating, that's fascinating to me. Like, how do people, interact with language and stuff, both their own and others, and how translations work and stuff. And it's definitely true that a lot of works, there's always something you could say is lost in the original language or something like that. But I always kind of wonder, like, especially if you're like someone who who's like say from like Spain or Portugal or Brazil, like you guys seem to interact a lot with English-speaking content, and I'm always curious for you if that means like you interact with a bunch of foreign content from the English lens as well, and how that may be how that may influence your liking or interests in those series and stuff, right? Versus say listening to it in your native tongue. Because I'm sure there's like Spanish dubs of like anime and things like that. So yeah, that I don't know, that type of stuff fascinates me. So that you're able to catch up with that stuff, Loki. I know, and there's so many good series out right now, chat. Like, goodness me, it's been a golden age of anime ever since the pandemic, and it's like, holy hell, I've not been able to watch enough of them. I still need to catch up on the latest seasons of, I haven't even finished season 1 of frickin', Mushoku Tensei. Like, I feel so bad, chat. Latin American gang, yeah. For some reason, I fell in love with Shakespeare plays. His beautiful use of language, how eloquent everything sounds. Yeah, Shakespeare is one where I haven't read the Japanese version of it, but I can't imagine what a translation would like that word. Like, you'd probably have to lose so much of the original's character and meaning for, like, at least, I would assume, for just a surface-level translation. Because there's just so much wordplay and depth and cultural context and stuff. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I really do wonder, what it'd be like if I were to read a Japanese version of Shakespeare sometime. Granted, I maybe have gotten some idea, because I did watch the old Romeo Juliet anime that came out a while back. Like, what was that, early 2000s or something? Maybe 2010s? I forgot when that series was out. That was an interesting one. Granted, I ended up watching it, I ended up preferring the English version anyway, but... Curious that you asked that, because of years I've been so exposed to English media that I feel more comfortable with its own Spanish content. God, that is crazy to think about, though, right? Man, I can relate. I've been drawing a lot and working on a comic, too. I just bought a few new games in the Capcom sale. It's going to be like a year before I can play them myself. Oh my god, gaming backlogs are the same thing, right? Like, if I wasn't streaming, guys, I'll be honest, I don't know if I'd ever get to play the games that I've been able to play on that stuff. I would just, like, I would always give myself an excuse with, like, no, I gotta work, right? Like, and then I kill myself working, and then I'm like, god damn, how do I end up this way? And I'm like, you. It's because of you. Be lazy for once in your life, you dumbass. Like, for example, your stuff, Loki, no one in Brazil cares about that, or the people that cover it only cover it at surface level. Yeah, you know what? That's fair. I know it's not the case in the Italian community. For some reason, Italians are, like, consistently, like, the second most popular after the US in terms of, like, who reads my website. Like, it absolutely boggles my mind how much the Italian community loves FromSoft games and looking into the translation side of things. Like, truly. But you know what? I understand if a lot of countries and stuff, you know, they're just happy with, like, whatever version they get and they have, and they don't try to look into it too deeply. What's the podcast with Acer about, if you could say? I'll leave that as a surprise, for Acer, because I don't know if I want to spoil it too much. But I will say, I've done it with it's between Acer, Swotown, and I, and it was a lot of fun. It was a very fun experience. It was also cool because it was the first time I actually got to talk to Swotown face-to-face. We didn't make a big deal about it or anything, but just kind of notable when I thought about it after a bit. I cannot find anything else really to do, chat. So you know what? I think I'm just going to run around and chat with you guys for a little longer, and then we're going to call it. This is turning into just Loki relaxes before he sleeps stream. The main problem with Spanish is there are a lot of local dialects and accents more than English, so it's quite different reading something in Chilean Spanish than Argentinian, Mexican from Spain, etc. Is that so? Because I would think, because, like, obviously, in, like, say, the U.S., there are so many different accents and dialects based on the state you're from and even the region of the state and stuff like that. But we tend to have, like, a universal, like, English that tends to be, like, sort of, like, the quote-unquote American accent that you hear a lot, right? And, I think they even still teach that in acting school and stuff, right? So there's usually a certain way, and obviously not every actor, like, adheres to it rigidly or whatever, right? Sometimes you can hear a little of their own accents and personality in that. But they generally have, like, a consistent way of how they say or pronounce things for the most part. That I don't, I would think that that other languages would do something similar. Like, there would be, like, say, some, like, I don't know, like, standard quote-unquote Spanish that they would use for all their stuff. Oh, I can't wait. Then yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I think you guys are gonna like it. Impromptu Q&A. Yes, somehow this became an AMA. It's like, ask Loki anything. You guys are too much. Whatever. I could just run around aimlessly, and if I find something I want to take a shot of, I'll take it while we do this. Do I want to take a shot of freaking Godwin Crab? Oh, wait, are you not Godwin Crab? I could have swore this guy was Godwin Crab. Am I crazy, chat? No, yeah, this is Godwin Crab. He's got the nose. Where's the eyes? Godwin Crab. Godwin Crab. Where are the eyes on your Godwin Crab? Huh. Am I crazy, chat? I could have swore there were eyes on the big one, too. Not just the nose. Or is it like the other way? Did I forget how the Godwin Crab does this thing? See, I got the nose, but where's the eyes? Oh, are they closed? Is that it? Are these supposed to be the eyes, but their lids are shut? Oh. Crabwit. Honestly, the main problem with Spanish translations of English content is being normally badly translated and very little translation from English. It's kind of impossible to make a unique, universal one. Is that so? That's cool to know. I would never have even thought about that with Spanish. Most stuff which I interact with is 90% English because it's original and actual cool stuff when compared to the Brazilian content, which only has a few actual good stuff. Yeah, I think that's also just true because of American cultural footprint, right? Like, just so much American media. Like, we pump out so much stuff, and especially lately, it's not all been good or anything, right? But there's definitely still a lot of really good banger stuff that America comes out with and ships internationally. That's probably like our main currency, right? Is the cultural media we brainwash you guys with, so that way you support America more. I mean, hey, Japan's also been doing it. Now we're all fucking weebs, so, I mean, it works. That's how you make your money, chat. Maybe the eyes are to the left of the nose, near the border of the shell. I think those were supposed to be the eyelids, and they were just closed. Alright, still playing Wolfies. I agree, Raphael. I even chat way more with English people than with people in Spanish. LOL, and even the Spanish people, I tend to mix English and Spanish sentences. LOL. Oh, that's the funniest thing when I'm watching, like, foreign clips and stuff from, like, Indonesia, Spain, France, or whatever. And, like, or Russia, and I'm listening to them, like, talking, like, their native tongue, and then randomly I'll just hear some English. I'll be like, wait, what? Like, I'm like, wait, what? I understood that. Wait, what? That is the funniest shit to me. Especially in the gaming context and stuff. Because I'm sure they're using a lot of terms and phrases and stuff because they've heard that from, like, the games they're playing or whatever, right? So, like, that's just, like, kind of easy for them. But it's always funny to me when I hear that. Granted, Japan does that too. There's a lot of words from English that have been, like, imported into Japanese vocabulary for games and stuff especially. So I guess it's not that crazy. I love some cultural imperialism. Not sorry if they're very good. Yeah, please. You know, take me over some more, Daddy, America. Good old Uncle Sam. Yeah, give me that belt. It's covered with me with some good old 3D animation or something from Disney, right? You know, back when Disney had good 3D animation. Lamau, I love when stuff like that happens in JoJo and animation. Oh, yeah. Would you... Yeah. It's always very funny with Japan and stuff because of their very unique relationship with the West, and there's always some funny results because of it. There are a few things I like in Spanish, though, mostly things that are very local, related to Latin America reality. Yeah, I'm sure every country has, like, it's really good, like, local native stuff. I think just, like, for a lot of, like, the big name and, like, you know, the universal cultural stuff that, like, everyone goes to see, it's probably something that came from the U.S. or something, I imagine. I imagine that's the stuff that, like, when you go to the movie theater or something, that's a lot of the foreign films and things that a lot of people go and watch. I love JP, a voice actor, shouting spell names or anything in English with Japanese sounds. Explosion! I'm trying to think of anything I can recall for you to look at, Loki. I'm sure there's a million things. The problem is what I want to focus on. You know what? Let's get early on the Lyrium War stuff, because I've taken so many shots for that, but let's see if there's anything else I really want. We got the Church of Vows, and the Tableland in general. We got the graveyards there. We have the churches and stuff here. We have the graveyards here. We have the Frenzy Flaming Tower. We have the Converted Fringe Tower here. We have the graveyard over here. We have the Bellum Church. We have the highway. We have the Finger Reading Cross. Honestly, we may have covered Lyrium Wars too. I may not actually need much stuff there. I have a Karian Study Hall. We got a lot of shots there, but are they enough? Let's get the shots of the Finger Creepers. I don't remember if I took any good one stuff. Shame I didn't record that reference to Call of Stuff. Damn. Darn. My joke fell flat, chat. I'm in shambles. Absolute shambles. Slain. In Brazil, we recently got a law establishing quotas for national films because the international, mainly Hollywood films, just absolutely dominate. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Trying to protect your own IPs and promote your local culture and stuff so you can build your own film industries. Yeah, I completely understand governments trying to promote that stuff. I don't know if it'll work, but hey, you can try. The problem is you need to support talented people, and especially with governments, they're not always good at giving out the grants to the people that actually, you know, have the talent and need it. Just my experience. So I definitely hope those endeavors succeed. Maybe a picture of the chimneys filled with Ashen Langdell. Yeah, that's a cool one. We can grab that. I mean, why not? Again, chat, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've taken shots of this already. I don't remember. All this water here. Yep, that's about what I was expecting. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Are there any more of these finger creepers that we need to look at? I mean, goddamn it, right again. We got a picture of you, so we don't need that. Go this way. Only reason 4 movies dominate is because few movies actually are something different. 99% of them are comedy movies. I'm not even joking. Oh, really? Is that so? I mean, that could work, especially if you're leading into, like, the conventions of your language, right? There could be a lot of, like, you know, witty jokes and stuff with wordplay and stuff. But yeah, I can see how it might be hard because you don't have necessarily, like, say, a big Hollywood budget to make, like, a very, you know, convincing sci-fi film or something like that, right? Like, recently, the big film was Godzilla Plus One, right? That came out in Japan, and those weren't state-of-the-art CGI or something, but it was pretty damn good, honestly. But that took a while. Like, Japan's been working on its CGI industry for a long time, and it's still not up there, like, you know, with the greats that you can find in the US, so yeah, I can totally understand it. Like, it's hard to make some of the big budget films that you can see coming out of Hollywood and stuff. So even when they're not that great, they still, you know, they still at least look better than, you know, a lot of films that maybe another country might be able to put out. I can totally see that. -1. Oh, it's -1. +1. But yeah, you need a unique story for sure. That's the ultimately it always comes down to the writing, right? You can have a film that looks like not that great, like it looks kind of tacky, maybe the acting's a little hokey. But if it has a really solid script underneath there, you can forgive it. Like a writing really gets you super far. You can only go so far with good graphics and like cinematography and stage direction, things of that nature. Yeah, let's go to Lingdell. Let's go look at those. Honestly, I need to take shots of the imps anyway, so. I assume you already have a picture of the insignia on Renala's robe? Oh, yeah. 100%. Oh my god, I went to the wrong one. My bad. Oh. I thought I was going up here. Look, I can't believe you linked the next Godzilla movie. Shake my head. Oops. Whoopsie! I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I'm gonna get sued now, chat. Okay, so, chat, I've actually decided I am gonna publish a bunch of my novels under the Loki name. Please buy them. I need to fund my legal bills. Please don't make me go into further debt. Do you have a picture of Black Crystal Turbopope's hat, Loki? I do not. Nope, I hate it. There we go. Don't like that one, don't like that one. God, all these chimneys suck. God, all these chimneys suck! There we go. There we go. Oh my god. There we go. Finally stopped glitching out for a second. I'm basically looking through my backlog of pictures to see if there's anything interesting. Thanks so much, Xavier. You're a real hero. I mean, my favorite from the 2023 season is Perfect Days, a very low-budget Japanese film. So yeah, budget helps, but throwing money is no guarantee at all. Yeah, for sure. It can definitely help with the polish and production quality side of things. Oh, cool. But yeah, ultimately, there's all... Like... God, I'm probably gonna piss some people off saying this. But, like... There's no... Like, it really takes a lot of good production and polish to make something like the story of Avatar, you know, not shit. And no, I'm not talking about Last Airbender, chat. No, not the good one. I'm talking about the other Avatar, the James Cameron one. You may now proceed to bash me. But feel free to unsubscribe. There's a white chimney asset somewhere. Well, I got the shot I wanted, so it's fine. Yeah, we already got the shots here. I don't care about any of this crap. Oh, boy. We got that. I'm trying to think of more stuff related to Lyrian Wars. I'm gonna go through Caria Manor again. I want to subscribe twice now. I mean, seriously, like, it takes a whole lot of production polish for you to be able to have like a billion, like, what was it, like several $1 billion of profit for a film that absolutely zero people talk about. It has the cultural footprint of a freaking snail. Like, that is impressive in its own right. It should honestly get an Academy Award for the film to somehow be seen by the most people, and yet nobody talks about it. Because no one gives a crap after the film is done. They're just like, what happened to that film? I don't know. Oh, look, actual good story. Let's watch that now. We'll talk about it for the ends of the earth, for all time. Like, truly, it's truly miraculous. Ay. Already got those shots here. Nothing crazy here. We have that NPC done. Anything in the plant side? Because I remember taking shots at this place. Is there like another shot I might want to grab? Not really. Nope. The cultural footprint of a snail. Yep. I can't wait to see Dune 2 and eventually 3. Dune was literally one of the best stuff I've ever seen. In my opinion, superior to Star Wars 6 OG movies. Yeah, I heard Dune was really good with the production and stuff like that. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm gonna say people consume movies much more than watching them. Honestly, that's probably true. Movies are you go to the movie theater nowadays, or you Netflix and chill, not because you're actually watching the movie, but because you want to get some of that snooki. You want some of that You're not actually there to watch the movie. There we go. Nah, don't like it. I get it! You're all frickin' falling from the sky! Can you please shut up? Thank you. There we go. There we go. I swear, they credit actors for these guys, and I still can't understand a word they say. Granted, I have another song playing in my ear over him, so... Goodness me, that mouth animation is honestly a new level of horror I didn't know I could possibly witness. What is that? What actually is that? It's like a Muppet being applied to an actual person's face. It's like, it just flaps up and down, but it's not supposed to bend that way. Let's see. Alright, you're still doing your thing. I still don't know why this happens when I disable the AI, but I find it hilarious nonetheless. Yep, still Karian. Oh no. Did I press the... Did I do it, chat? Did I do the mistake again? Oh no, it's here. Okay. Poor EG. Poor EG. All right, man. I'm gonna make sure you don't get killed by stupid traps. So. Totally unrelated, but do you have shots of the Red Wolf sword? For some reason, I always thought it was an important thing since it's unique. Oh my god, I don't. And you know what? That's a good idea. Have I been to? I don't think I've killed the wolf on this playthrough yet, so... Let's actually do that, chat. Actual Giga Brain. I don't know if it's due to my Chilean background, however. I've a soft spot for media that shows ridiculous equal societies. Chile is a place where there are too many differences depending on social class. Do you have a picture of the dead butterfly around the Rot Lake? I don't think so. I think EG's immune to damage. Oh, really? You can't just kill him yourself or something like that? That's cool. Anyway, yeah. There's definitely something for an underdog story of the little guy against the elite class. Definitely something entertaining about that and easy to understand, I think, for a lot of people, cross-culturally. Alright. Okay, listen. I know you're gonna be an asshole, so I'm gonna just, like, cure this in advance. We put this to 0.40? You know, actually, no, we'll put it at 0.5. We're gonna take off higher LOD because it's freaking Liurnia. We're gonna take off always still. Oh my god, I forgot to pause! EG has the force field effect and teleports away. Oh my fucking... The damn force field! Every fucking time, chat! I should have known! I hate you so much. I had the perfect shot, chat, And I have the Okay, maybe we can fix this, chat. We can fix this. We can fix this, okay? Like, I can fix this. I can fix him. Listen, I can fix him, chat. I can fix him. Listen, he's just he's a little beast right now, but we will turn him into a proper bow. Okay, bow. I forgot how to pronounce that word. I gotta look up French. Anyway, the point is, we will turn our beast into a prince. All we have to do is use some proper camera angles. Yes. No. Yes. No, that's too much. There we go. Perfect. Looks better this way, maybe? Nope. How about like this? Don't see it. Okay, there we go. Like this it is. We can save it! Yes, you can, Loki! I was able to do it. Yeah, it'd be better than this angle. This angle looks absolutely like crap. We'll get a shot of it anyway, though, because I don't know if we have any close-ups of this sword, so... Let's see. Slight no-hit strap, but if you throw a dagger at him after he spawns 3 glint blades, he'll usually respond by using his orange sword leap, if that's the shot you're looking for, lol. I'm looking at, like, any shots he has with the sword, so... I don't have to get into phase 2, right? He uses it in phase 1, right? I actually don't remember. See, I still remember the timings for you, buddy. All right, old Wolf of Faron, let's go. Come on. There we go. Oh my fucking god! Get. All right, we can do the chat. We can say chat. I can fix him. Chat. I can fix him. Listen. He's a good pupper. I can fix him, chat. I can fix him. Just do proper zoom. Just have the thing off screen. Oh my god! You again! Okay, it's salvageable, chat. It's salvageable. It's not. It's awful. We have to try again. Ow. That could have worked if my character wasn't in the way. I'd assume. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Nope, definitely not. Oh wait, is the 13 Sentinels OST done right now? Oh boy, that man, we know how much time's passed, chat. Okay. Okay, what do we put in the back? Okay, you know what, chat? You know what? I'm feeling like we need a heartwarming and uplifting song right now. I think that's exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. Yep. Wonderful. God, I feel like I'm about to put this poor pupper down. Like it's gonna be old Yeller. Alright, let's do this again. This time, let's do it from, like, an angle where there aren't any of these things. Okay, that's what you want to do, buddy? Okay, good. No, go the other way. Go the other way, you asshole. There we go. Oh my god, there we go. Loading's done. You know, whenever you freeze something when it's doing a jump somewhere in midair, it always looks like the most jankest crap. It's actually kind of impressive how animators are able to make this not look stupid as hell in motion. Old Ratigan. Old Ratigan of Raya Lucaria. You should get a shot of the special glint blades created by the Kari Retaliation skill, Loki. Honestly, I need to, at some point, do a stream where all we do is take all the spells in the game and just, like, do, like, animation checks on all of them. See if there's anything, like, really cool and unique and stuff. Nah, I don't like it. Nah, angle's still a bit awkward and there's too much shine. Ow. The dog ballerina of Ratigan! Ah. If only my character was in the way, that's the problem. Ow. I'm trying to heal, dumbass! Alright. Let's get back to the grind here, asshole. Ow. Damn it! I'm trying to look at chat, you asshole! Do you want to get a shot of all that crystal stuff that he's forming? Damn. Damn. Wasn't able to dodge in time. Okay, I know, I can see the frames. It's right after he swings them that I can pause. There we go. Come on. Okay, come on, use the blade, use the blade, use the blade, use the blade, use the blade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good boy, good doggo. I love you. Love you forever. There we go. Doggo, I love you. I love you. Okay, ignore the blood on the floor, chat. That's a future Loki problem. That's a future Loki problem, chat. Forget all the destroyed crap in the background. That is a future Loki problem. All the debris, it adds character to the scene. Say what you will about Radigan, he had some cool doggos, that's for sure. A very rare thing can happen where if he leaps from the debate stairs, he gets enough air to land on the globe. When he comes down, he takes fall damage for literally half his health. That is funny. Apparently his sword has runes down its side, I've heard. Oh. Yep, that is definitely shown. There are definitely some sort of cipher script here. That's definitely the case. Let's get a screenshot of that while we're here. Same thing with this. There we go. Speaking of rune debris, the Crucible Knight Phase 2 Stomp seems to share blue debris with some of the lesser... Yeah. Xavier's pointing a lot of that stuff out for me. Happened to Gino the other day, lol. Who's Gino? Actual question, is that like a, is that someone in the Elden Ring community I'm not familiar with? Sorry, I really only kind of know the lore people, and only the lore people who I've... For the most part, people I've either interacted with or who other people I've interacted with have interacted with. I'm getting some Crucible vibes from the sword effects. Possible. There is a sort of reddishness to it, but it's hard to say how much of that is the influence of the Crucible and how much is that just because, you know, there's a little, there's some red thing going on with these guys. But yeah, definitely worth looking into a possible Crucible connection. Okay, I think we're all good. I just need to... There we go. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, dude, what did you do? Sir? Sir? Sir, what are you doing? This was the perfect shot, and you let go of it. Are you kidding me? Miyazaki! No. Bad Miyazaki. Bad Miyazaki. You know what? Fine. We'll just pretend he's trying to grip his sword. Like, he let go of it for a second and he's about to grab it again. Sure, let's go with that. It's all intentional, chat. It's all part of the master plan that Miyazaki-sensei has for us. You just don't have enough eyes on the inside to see it yet. Gino Machino, Twitch streamer who beat Elden Ring with little bare hands option. Oh, cool. Neat. The more you know. Again, ignore the blood on the floor, chat. That's a future Loki problem. Let that asshole worry about it. There we go. Oh, damn, I should have done it though. I was wondering if I could like just give it a few extra frames to see if this like bright, shiny light shit would disappear. Oh, maybe now. I'm starting to really like the blood in the corner there. Like the mysterious blood in the corner. It's like, Red Wolf? What is wrong with you? No! It just disappeared! You asshole! You're not supposed to do that! Alright, I just have to accept it, chat. They have this blinding light for everything. Holy fricking hell. There we go. There we go. There we go. This is acceptable. Your terms are acceptable, Wolf. The sword seems quite physical, so I guess it makes sense it does physical damage. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. The problem is I want to understand is, where the frick did these things come from? Like, did Ratigan find them somewhere? Did he breed them himself? Were they part of his experiments or whatever? Why pick wolves? Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say why pick wolves, because if he's helping America with her experiments into understanding order, understanding the Shadow Beast would also be included in that, so that wouldn't be too crazy. You know what? Never mind, that was a stupid question. I'm tired, chat. Listen. Listen, it's past midnight for me. I am still streaming. I am out of the popcorn that I love. Actually, wait, there's still a little bit here at the bottom. Sorry, chat. Ah, there we go. Loki ASMR. Yeah, bootleg Malakaths. That's the best way to word it. Night Scout. By the way, what's the name of the mod or program you're using for changing the game speed? Because it and also freaking camera for Elden Ring. It was recommended to me by, I think, Smotown and Vati, or I can't remember if I asked them both or if they both said it or one just said whatever. But, Elden Ring Tools by Otis_INF. You can find the guy on Patreon. He does, like, free cams for a bunch of different games. And with just subscribing to his Patreon for 1 month, you can get access to all his latest updates for the cameras and stuff. So I did that and downloaded it. So yeah, I'm not a big Patreon person. I don't like Patreon, generally speaking. But hey, I can appreciate a good artist, so I had no problem giving Patreon, like, you know, some of the money from me for that 1 month. So that way I could pay the other guy for his amazing camera. But yeah, that's how I am able to do the free cam, pause the game, change the speed of the game, change the lighting for the skybox and stuff. You know, all that stuff. Loki the Popcorn Goblin. Listen, I just really, really like popcorn, and I've been able to make my own lately, and it's just, oh my god, it's so good, chat. I don't like any of these other angles, chat, and no, not just because there's that stupid fog wall in the corner, messing up my shots. Chat, why did I decide I wanted to give myself depression listening to this background music? Why am I like this? Why am I addicted to suffering? Is this why I keep falling off things? Is this just a manifestation of my subconscious wanting to just commit suicide in a video game so that way I can feel depressed or something? Like, am I psychoanalyzing myself too hard here? Alright, there we go. I forgot you could just backstep this stupid thing. It's been such a while since I just literally walked backwards and dodged this thing. Ow. Ow. Is there anything there, or does the sword detach from the hilt? No, it's all one sword. I've gotten shots of the actual sword. So it's definitely 100% there. Anyway, let's get out of here. Because you like Dark Souls 2, Loki? Yeah, you know what? That's the real reason. That's the real reason. I play DS2. So I'm addicted to just wanting to kill myself. That makes sense. The Turtle Pope app? Yep, sure. We'll look at that now. We'll do this on another character, though. There we go. Oh my god, I forgot we did it. Oh my. Always stealth, game speed. Oh my god! Help! Help! got bodied by a murder of crows. You know what, chat? I'm gonna say it right now. With this background music, I just got something unto death. I'm the Firefly in this situation. Alright, let's see. Grand Leptodectus. No, Turtle Poke's down here. You can get many mental disease from DS2, but the Majula OST heals them all. Yeah, Majula has such a good, you know, track playing for the background there. It probably is literally the best one of the entire game. I don't really have a lot of praise for DS2's OST, but that track is really good. No denying it. Alright, we need more sun here. Turtle Poke might be JRRM's self-insert. From what I understand, there wasn't a lot of communication with Marden during the actual development of the game, so... Oh, I see the crystals now. I was like, wait a second, where were they again? Okay, yeah, here. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alrighty. Let's see. Got a bunch of random stuff here. Got that. Got there. Anything else that I'm really... maybe for the Fringe Folk Rebellions? Not really. I already got a lot of shots of scenery and stuff, though I'd have to go back to see if I'm missing anything. I like Dark Lurker's theme. I'll be honest, I can't even remember it. I can't remember Dark Lurker. Fort Height West. Not really. The catacombs and stuff we have shots of. Yeah, I think I've got most of the shots I want for the Godfrey related stuff. Maybe I could do more for... Nah, not really, because there's not really any shots to take for Godfrey's departure, really. Besides the churches and stuff, I already got that. Yeah, all the stuff for the battles and things that'll happen during the final campaign in Caelid, right? So, considering that Raya Lucaria is framed opposite the Erd Tree on purpose in the Church of Baus, do you think the Academy doubled as the government capital for Liurnia? That's a good question, honestly, Night Scout. I mean, we'd have to assume Renala is there, if nothing else, than for a lot of her research when she's not doing it, you know, at the manor, right? And that's where she is when, like, the Academy rebels and locks her, quote unquote, locks her up in the library, right? So honestly, I think you could say it's de facto like a government capital building, yeah. I think that's fair. The sorcerers are ultimately the ones in charge, and Renala's their queen. And she clearly, even after becoming queen, based on the portraits and stuff, still hung around there. So I definitely think it's a fair thing to say. I love Sir Alon Sama theme. Also, the theme that sounds with the Ruined Sentinels and Old Dragon Slayer is also cool. Yeah, it just doesn't stick in my head, honestly. But then again, not much about DS2 do I want to stick in my head, so that might just be a me thing. Oh! No! Why am I like this? Come on! There we go. Alright, yeah, so I honestly, chat, if we're struggling this hard to find stuff to take shots of at this point, I think it's fair to say I've exhausted it. I've loved being able to chat with you guys casually like this and all that, but, like, I really need to get to sleep. You know, I need to keep to a normal schedule so that way I can get all my stuff done so I can, you know, do more streams. Pick a happy song and see if you fall off less cliffs. Nah, that's not, I don't think that's how that works, Night Scout. Skeleton Lord's OST is way better than it should be. Yeah, you know what? I do actually vaguely recall the Skeleton Lord's OST being like this big dramatic thing. It's like, goodness me for this boss, really. Also, that might not be from a gacha. Nah, I gotta roll the dice. Anyway, guys, so I am super grateful for having you guys here to chat with me while we do all this stuff, but I really do gotta get going at some point, right? We can't be funding games all day, every day. Still, probably gonna do an HSR stream tomorrow. Well, I do some side quests in that game. We might do more new games. I want to try out the description, for example. Xavier reminded me to look at Amnesia the Bunker again, too. We'll see. Yeah, there's something I desperately want to get from Elden Ring or whatever, maybe, but I need to come out with Crucible's Ends first, and then I'm going to be working on Leonine Wars, so I think that's how it's going to go. As far as we know, Leonine is a monarchy, so stay in personal property of Renala probably were interchangeable. Oh, yeah, for sure, but the idea is, like, sort of talking about, like, okay, like, how is, Rhea Lucaria operating in the wake of Renala declaring herself queen? And I think it's fair to say, based on what we find there between, like, the Wolf of Radagon and Renala and her portraits and things like that, that it probably was operating more, also, like, the new crest that they're adding to the Academy and stuff. I think saying that the Academy was where, like, most government affairs were handled by Renala is fair to say, because she can do her research and she can make important decisions for the domain and stuff, right? And maybe if she needs to go back home or, you know, for rest or recuperation or to hang out with family or whatever, sure, she can do that. Like, she can, you know, separate herself from that work setting, right? The manor could be like her vacation home in that case. But yeah, I need to end things or else I'll be chatting with you guys forever tonight, and then it'll be like morning before long. So until next time, guys, thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.